I have Botox for chronic migraine, and here is my experience. I imagine most people who watch this video probably already know what Botox is and know that it's a potential treatment for chronic migraine. So I'll just give a brief summary of what it actually is. So it's botulism toxin type A that's injected into your skin. Very similar to the cosmetic procedures, except this isn't for cosmetic reasons at all. The migraine treatment of Botox is 31 injections in your head. So you have several in your forehead, some at the side temples, some in the back of your head, and then some down your neck and the tops of your shoulders here. And in total it's about 31 injections. I believe the science behind it is that the injections inhibit the pain signals on the nerve endings, and this then has a further knock-on effect onto the rest of the pain process that goes to creating a migraine or pain in the head. And so I think the idea is that if you take out that one step or slow down that one step, it helps with the migraine, and that's why it's now offered as a treatment. Generally, people are told to expect it to start to be beneficial after 1 or 2 weeks for it to fully take effect. Right then, so my direct experience with having Botox. I was originally referred by my headache specialist, my old headache specialist, and this was all done through the NHS. I met the criteria because I was suffering chronic migraine with migraine attack days for more than 15 days per month. I had also tried at least 3 different medications. I've tried more than 3, but that's for another video. So I did qualify. What he had to do though was he had to put through an individual application for me to get direct funding for me personally through the NHS. Once that was approved, I then, and it was all cleared, I was then able to start the treatment. So I went along to my first session. This was about 5 years ago now. I was told what the treatment involved, and I was also told to keep a headache diary, but I do this anyway. When you have chronic migraine, it's one of the first things you do is to keep that headache diary, just to try and figure out triggers and things like that. Okay, so they gave me the 31 injections. When they give you the actual injections, for a couple of seconds it really hurts, because someone's stabbing this fine needle into your skin, and she keeps telling me I've got like really thin skin on my head, so that probably doesn't help. And then as soon as the needle is withdrawn, the pain stops. They do push down on your head after the injection. I think it's to help reduce bruising and bleeding. So it's also cleaned with some wipes beforehand, all of the injection sites. And then once the injections are done, that's it, you're free to go. So after every treatment, I found pretty much after every single treatment, I always end up getting some sort of tension headache, which later becomes a migraine. I've just got completely used to that now, so I always make sure to try and rest as much as possible and make sure that on that evening I've got as little to do as possible, which is a lot easier said than done now that I've got 2 children, but my wife is fantastic in regards to supporting that. Then it takes, I think, about 3 days to become fully effective, and in my experience it does reduce the intensity of the migraines. There is a negligible impact on the number of migraines I get, but because it helps reduce the intensity of them, the number of migraine days that I'm affected gets reduced. So by reducing the intensity, it reduces the level of pain, and it also reduces the length of the migraine attacks. So I've definitely seen a positive improvement having this Botox treatment. After the treatment, sometimes I would get a phone call from the clinic to see how I'm doing. And what has also been really good is I have not had any side effects at all from the Botox, other than that initial tension when I've had been stabbed 31 times in the head. It's absolutely fine, which is great because so much medication I've tried has given me side effects, some really unpleasant side effects. So it's really nice that I've got a treatment that doesn't give me these side effects or these ongoing side effects. So I've been having Botox now on average every 3 to 4 months for about 5 years. I'm not what they call a super responder, so it's not like it's reduced it down to 3 attack days per month, but I have responded enough to justify continuing with the treatment, because there was one period, due to many different circumstances, when I went for a much longer period without getting the Botox treatment, and the number of migraines did almost skyrocket. So I definitely have it's definitely having an impact on me, which is really nice to say. My last treatment was in February 2020, and well, yeah, COVID-19 hit, and I know a lot of clinics have been affected. Yeah, I know a lot of clinics and medical services have been affected, is that right? I think it is, by the whole pandemic thing. So I'm really not sure when to expect my next treatment, so it'll be interesting to see what it does to my migraines as well. So to conclude, if you can get it, I definitely would recommend it. If you're with the NHS, if you're British and you think you meet those criteria, ask your headache specialist. If you don't have a headache specialist, go to your GP and see if you can get referred. They are there, they're out there. I know the NHS is under a lot of stress at the moment, but you should still start that process going. As for other countries, I'm afraid I can't comment, I don't know enough, but see what avenues there are. Do what you can to see if you can get it, because for me there has been a noticeable impact. Okay, thank you for watching. If you've had Botox yourself, or you've got any further questions about it, about my treatment, about my experiences, please do leave a comment below and I'll do my very best to get back to you or to answer any questions. I would also love to hear from other people's experiences as well. Okay, thanks, bye.